That's enough. Hilde, that strike to his flank was brilliant. Wilhelm's defense is impeccable, and yet you triumphed. You've reason to be proud. Your skill and dexterity rival that of the Silver Wolves themselves.
Any talent I have is only because you spared the time to instruct me, Father. And today's victory is due in part to Wilhelm purposely holding back. Isn't that right, Wilhelm?
Not in the least, lady. The battle was fair, your strength true.
Wonderful! Then this victory is mine to claim. Nevertheless, from your words and your expression, Father, there is still more I can improve. You praised my skill and dexterity. I take it you find my strength still lacking. A proposition, if I may. On the day that my physical strength, too, is worthy of a silver wolf, will you permit me to wield your royal spear and sword? Even if but for a moment. I have long thought...
Now, it is far too late to hide. Wouldn't you agree, Geribrand?
You seem in good humor today, my lord. Princess, Glenzenda Nova and Frischer Himmel are the weapons of the throne itself. You will bear them on the day you ascend the throne, regardless of your own wishes.
I already know that, old man. But that day is only slightly less than forever from now, is it not?
That it is, which is why you should forget about it and focus on the tasks in front of you. And right now, your immediate concerns are returning to the palace and learning your duties for the memorial service.
That's true, I must admit. I cannot bring dishonor upon our family.
True warriors think not of themselves, but of others. A fine attitude. Hilde, I shall teach you a good method of building strength during our next session.
Thank you. Now, if you'll excuse me, Father, Master Johann, my duties await.
Who in the world does that girl take after? My apologies, Johann. I mean, Sir Durer.
Johann is fine, my lord. Just like old times. Still, the princess improves at a rapid pace. I expected no less from the daughter of King George himself.
I confess, I do not know any other way to interact with her. Training her is my attempt to bond. Moreover, a great part of her skill is due to your superb instruction, Johann. Now then, Wilhelm, how long do you plan on napping in front of your teacher?
I am ready.
It is inexcusable for the man destined to be captain of the Silver Wolves to show hesitation in battle. I will not give you special treatment, son of my brother or not. I promised him that much.
Now, your majesty, you cannot blame the boy. I doubt it is easy to fight against the princess. Lord Wilhelm, do you remember what it says in Chapter 9 of The Path to Victory?
Of course, I can recite every word.
As studious as ever, I see. I wish I could say the same of my own sons. Now, take up your arms. It has been too long since I instructed you in the praxis of combat.
I understand the situation. I swear by my honor, Wolf Krone will aid you in your time of need.
Well, in the name of Lord Eckhart and the people of Rauschburg, I offer you our sincerest thanks. This noble act will no doubt see the reputation of both Wolf Krone and its king shine ever brighter throughout the land.
Let us dispense with this stifling formality. How could I refuse the man who fought by my side in so many battles, and who is the teacher of my beloved daughter? Moreover, I hear that Lord Eckert is on friendly terms with the Margrave of Baden. The mutual friendship we build today will serve us well in future dealings with the Holy Roman Empire.
And when that day comes, the captain of the Rauschberg Knights will be at your side to offer my voice in your support.
Garabrand, once again, I will lead our forces in battle. You must stay behind and mind the castle in my absence. Wilhelm, you shall fulfill your duty as a soldier of the Krone family in the battle to come.
As you command, my lord.
As you command.
But my lord, next month is the memorial service. If the war is prolonged, the princess will have to attend it alone.
I'll be fine, old man. Father's victory, honor, and safe return will be the greatest comfort he can offer the departed. I'm sure it is what both Mother and the Prince would have wanted.
Do not worry. Assuming our foe's general is familiar with the proceedings of war, peace will return within the month. I will lead the Silver Wolves into battle and end this affair quickly.
It's been a month since Father and Wilhelm left for Rauschberg. And yet all I can do is sit here and pray for their safety. The night sky is bright? A pillar of light. What could it be? It's beautiful, and yet never have I felt such an ill omen. Great Wolf, ancestor of our people, please protect Father and the others.
The pillar of light Hildegard von Krone witnessed that night pierced the heavens. It would later become known as the Evil Seed, an event that altered the destiny of the Wolf Krone kingdom forever. Malevolent beams of light rained down across the world, spreading misfortune and despair. One even found its way to the border of Wolf Krone. The light landed on the very spot that King George and his army were passing through on their way home from war.
What should I do? Why? Why would you do this to us, my lord? Impossible! Even the Silver Wolves cannot stand against him!
No. It's that the Silver Wolves refuse to turn their blades upon him. What loyal member of the King's retinue would dare try to slay him with their own hand?
Lord Wilhelm, quickly, you must return to tell the castle. We will buy you time. Above you! Watch out! No!
Frail. Why are men so... Fred?
Can I hold him? I'm dead.
Outsiders must die! Crow, keep your head. Don't kill him.
Who are you people?
Are you all right? My name's Curtis. I'm a friend. I'm that
grumpy fellow over there is...
This is no time for small talk. Think of how to stop this guy!
First he leaps in to save someone without a thought, then makes me clean up his mess. Well, if Gro can't stop him... You, look me in the eye. You're surprisingly calm considering the circumstances. This blade is coated in an unguent that will put malfested, berserkers to sleep. We'll keep him distracted, you stab him with it. Got it?
Me? Stab the king?
Curtis!
Sorry I took so long. I've got your back.
Can I really do this? To someone who is like a father to me?
That about sums it up. Any questions?
So these malfested are inhuman creatures transformed by the malevolent energies of the cursed sword Soul Edge?
Yes, and the Aval organization has opposed them since time immemorial, often with the help of steadfast allies. There was a time in which we counted the men and women of Wolfkrone among them.
He speaks truth. This has been a closely guarded secret, only revealed to the king and his closest advisors. The people of the Wolf have been sworn to battle Soul Edge since the time of our forebears. Lady Hilde, Lord Wilhelm, it is time we heard the truth. All of it. As you know, since the evil seed, people have transformed into malfested and run rampant across the land. But this is merely the beginning.
At the center of this coming storm, we will find the wielder of Soul Edge. The Azure Knight. We've chased him this far.
Those cut by the Azure Knight's cursed blade will die if they are lucky, and turn into a malfested if they are not. If he is not dealt with, the calamity he brings will engulf the world.
So you're saying my father was wounded by this blade, and is now one of these malfested?
The Azure Knight is mighty indeed, but a man like King George could withstand his power. Likely the king suffered the touch of the evil seed itself. We have used medicines known to the Aval organization to put him to sleep for now, but eventually...
Speak plainly, Curtis. Your king has become an outsider. There is no known way to return him to what he was. We have only two choices. Kill him, or put him into an eternal slumber.
Gro! I apologize for my comrade's discourtesy. The truth is, under normal circumstances, we cannot allow the existence of even one malfested. However, King George is a monarch, and he has been a vital ally to our organization. As such, it is our leader's wish that the matter of what to do with him be left to the next ruler of Wolfkrone.
When I saw the king, he was glorying in the slaughter. A noble, just man we knew. It was not him.
Wilhelm, that's enough. We have heard this already.
Chaos has come to this land. Without King George to support us, well, we will have to watch and wait for now, delaying our decision until peace returns.
If that is your wish, the Aval organization will do everything in its power to help.
That's not good enough.
Huh?
This is a decision of great significance, and there is no right answer. Regardless, it can only be made by the surrogate of the king acting on their own convictions.
That may be true. Still...
It's okay, Garibrand. This is my duty as Princess of Wolf Krone. Sir Curtis, Sir Grow, honored emissaries of the Aval organization. I speak to you as Regent of the King. He was a sagacious man who brought strength to our land and prosperity to our people. A kind man who taught me all I know of familial love. And so I stand here not just as the princess, but as his daughter, and ask you to spare the life of my father. The people will no doubt be uneasy with such a young ruler as myself ascending the throne. I ask for time. Time to prove I will be a queen of whom they can be proud.
If that resolve of yours is genuine, then very well. But I would decide on a deadline now if I were you. And when that time comes, we will do what must be done.
You have my sincerest thanks, Sir Grow. You and the Aval organization both. Listen well. I, Hildegard von Krone, hereby swear upon my honor and my name that we, the people of Wolf Krone, will fight by your side against the threat of the Malfested.
The year is 1586, and the Azure Knight, evil lord of the Malfested, has been defeated by an unknown hero. Wolf Krone savors a fleeting moment of peace, but even with their leader's fall, the Azure Knight's vile servants remain. The surviving Malfested are still a clear threat, slowly eating away at the kingdom's strength.
No matter how many times I see the likes of this, I never grow used to it. I will not allow myself to. Not ever. Though ignoble pillage may be a natural part of war, this mindless slaughter is beyond the pale.
Lady Hilde! Lady Hilde, you've come to save us! Thank you. Thank you. Those brutish beasts, my sons. They were all... Please, I beg you, bring righteous justice down upon them.
Fear not. Your rage is my own. Your wrath now my burden. By the honor of the Krone family, I will see these Malfested demons slain. Brutish beasts? Though that they may be, the Malfested appear to be behaving differently as of late. They have been forming bands, organizing. Could this mean someone besides the Azure Knight is leading them?
Your Highness, the troops are in position and await your signal.
Excellent. Proud warriors of Wolf Krone, heed my words. My retinue and I will lead the assault into the thick of the forest. Archers, on my mark! Rain a torrent of missiles down to flush out any cowards hoping to ambush us. Cavalry, to the wings! Circle the fiends and cut off any means of escape. Center battalion, sharpen your fangs and await my orders. All units, advance! No mercy and no quarter for our treacherous foes. I expect courage and valor from every one of you.
Lady Hilde, Hildegard. I am delighted at your safe return.
Garibrand, my gratitude as always for the warm welcome home. How fares the relief efforts for the region I spoke of in my last letter?
My lady, we have secured a place to unload supplies and are sending the first loads of grain as we speak. However, the endless battles have emptied our coffers. We will need support from nearby nations or another source of wealth if we are to maintain the army.
Noted. But remember, it is not just Malfested who would destroy us. Maintaining the strength of our army is essential. It provides income through mercenary work, and a threat to make potential invaders think twice.
I am aware, but the rising costs of our military have been a problem for many years now.
I would suppose the import of firearms is the primary burden on our treasury. That and the Silver Wolves, supposedly our country's most elite force, have been unimpressive of late.
Am I sensing dissatisfaction with our performance?
Lord Wilhelm, I'm glad you heard. As their commander, do you have any words to speak in the Silver Wolves' defense?
Not a whisper. Though, if I were to speak my mind, I would suggest to stop starting wars over one little village or two.
Wilhelm, watch your tongue. What have you done besides shirk your duty?
You think the royal family's duty is to stand on the front line and risk death? I would prefer that we do not rile our neighbors, nor give them cause to attack.
You dare insult Lady Hilde? If you and the Silver Wolves would fulfill your duties, she would not have to risk herself so.
My company is under the direct command of the king, not his regent. Perhaps if Lady Hildegard here could wield the sword and spear that symbolizes our nation's power, I would obey her orders.
Excuses. To think the man who claims to be our kingdom's greatest spearman is a coward.
Stand down, Gerhilda. Lord Wilhelm, while I appreciate your words of warning, the throne is nothing without its people. As regent, I cannot turn a blind eye towards our people's suffering.
As regent, is it? If you truly cared about our people, war is not all you would pursue. Sacrificing the greater good for a few meager lives is not a trade I think a worthy ruler would make. On the other hand, I despise this kingdom, so please, ruin it as you wish.
Father, how do you feel today? I managed to survive another battle. You still remember Mother's name. I'm glad. I brought you dinner tonight. Wurst and a small slice of Gugelhupf, Mother's favorite. Wilhelm was angry with me again today. He told me to take up Glensindanova and Frische Himmel and become queen. But as long as you live, Father, I've no wish to do so. I used to want to hold them more than anything else. I used to plead with you to let me touch them, even for a moment. Forgive me, Father. A ruler should not show weakness. I will return to see you soon.
Your Highness, I thank you for granting me this audience.
Please, do not call me that. I am Regent, nothing more. More to the point, it is hard to speak with such formalities on our tongues. Let us celebrate this joyous reunion. Don't you agree, Master Johann?
It seems we've both changed much over the years. You have grown into a remarkable woman, my lady. And I... Wolf Crone is a dear place to me in many ways. Today, I have come to fulfill a promise I made long ago to aid King George and this kingdom in its time of need. I lead the Hunters of the Evil Sword, a band of warriors I trained myself. Will you permit us to fight the Malfested by your side? As you saw, they are elite fighters, the equal of any veteran army company.
So those unfamiliar warriors outside are called the Hunters of the Evil Sword. Those great rents in your armor. What has become of you over the past few years?
I fear the tale will not be short, but I shall tell it.
In a slow voice that rings solemn with truth, Johann begins to tell his story. Roughly 5 years ago, from the day the evil seed fell on Wolf Crone, Rauschberg also felt the scourge of the Malfested. Captain Johann and his knights journeyed far and wide, eventually discovering a sliver of hope. The leader of the Malfested was known as the Azure Knight. If all the knights of Rauschberg fell upon him when he was alone. Thus did the knights throw away their honor and pride for a desperate fight to save their kingdom, and thus did they fail. With the exception of Johann, every last knight of Rauschberg died that day. The honor he had earned, the companions he had made, all of them gone. Among them were Johann's 2 sons, still mere youths.
I had heard Rauschberg is in ruin. Travelers speak of it, saying bones and ash are all that remain.
Since that day, I have dedicated myself to revenge. I formed the Hunters of the Evil Sword, training each and every warrior for the sole purpose of destroying the nightmare that is Soul Edge. When I lost my sons, I bid farewell to the weak man I once was. This gash in my armor is from my battle with the Azure Knight. I leave it to remind me of my failure.
Sir Johann, I am moved by your tale. Lady Hilde.
Of course. Master Johann, I too know your pain.
Oh, then you will...
Wait one moment. Our kingdom's resources are scarce as it is. We cannot feed a crew of bandits that may not even be worth their salt on the battlefield.
What are you getting at?
Master Johann, I thank you for accepting this mock battle between your company and my Silver Wolves.
No need for thanks. I know how difficult it can be to outfit and maintain a professional army.
Lady Hildegard, I know how much you delight in battle. Why not spar with your old teacher?
Strange, Lord Wilhelm. That request is most unlike you. Regardless, I have taken an interest in the Hunters of the Evil Sword. Very well, I accept.
I slipped.
Now is my chance to... Wait, something's wrong.
Oh, you had a chance to defeat me, and yet you withdrew. Why?
I sensed you were luring me into that rocky defile. Had I followed, my spear would have been useless in the tight confines.
The princess I used to know would have leaped to defeat me, despite the unfavorable terrain. It seems you've learned my lessons well. Study the terrain if you want to live to fight again.
Still, it was your best chance to defeat him. Our style focuses on tenacity and defense over all else. But the truth is, one must have the courage to leap into danger to seize victory. That is why I could never defeat you when we were younger, right?
It seems you have watched me closely, Lord Wilhelm. So, how did the Hunters of the Evil Sword fare against your Silver Wolves?
They are Master Johann's students, of that there is no doubt. Individually, each is a better fighter than most of my Silver Wolves, though they are no match for me.
Anyone would fall short when compared to the lightning lance, Lord Wilhelm himself. Now, if you are satisfied with our performance, there is something I must tell you. I have information. Information regarding the Azure Knight. The Azure Knight has once again appeared in Ostrheinsburg. If he regains his power and organizes an army of Malfested,
Our kingdom here on the banks of the Rhine will not be spared.
still, his power is yet incomplete, and his force is small. If we are to take Ostrheinsburg, there is no better time than now.
I need time to consider this. Come with me and tell me everything you know. Nothing is permanent, is it? Master Johann, you, everything in this world changes. It is unavoidable, but I believe my heart is made up. If I survive this, I will return. Farewell.
I thought I'd find you here. You are easy to read. How pathetic. Unable to recognize even your own daughter, haunted by ghosts of your past. And you're no different, Hilde.
You may be right.
Soon, night will come to this kingdom. A dark and terrible thing, in the guise of the Azure Knight. If our people are to survive to see the dawn, the rightful ruler must assume the throne. Take up the sword and spear of our people, Hilde. You are worthy to wield them.
Glensindanova and Frische Himmel are the symbols of the throne. As long as Father still lives, it is not my place to bear them.
The time to choose has come, Hilde. Or have you forgotten the promise you once made to Sir Groh? Besides, there is precedent. In times of crisis, the warrior best able to protect Wolfkrone has taken them in hand even before their coronation. If this is not a crisis, then what is?
Then it is you who are most suited to the task. Wilhelm the Lightning Lance, leader of the Silver Wolves. Your name is spoken of with awe far and wide.
Stop with this foolishness! I know your heart. I know the yearning you once felt for that spear and sword. That's why I I cannot agree with this mad plan to assault Ostrheinsburg. On our border, instability rocks the Margrave of Baden. France schemes to expand their territory, siphoning away our forces for imperial interventions. Our problems are national in scope. As long as we remain without a leader to solve them, our kingdom has no future. Hilde, if you lack the resolve to do this, you should renounce your claim to the throne for the good of the people.
Regarding the assault on Ostrheinsburg, I have a plan. But if something were to happen to me, I would ask that you lead Wolf Krone in my stead. I entrust this key and this seal into your hands.
I hate this kingdom. If you cannot steal your resolve, if you insist on remaining a mere regent, I will take the final step and do what must be done in your place.
Your Highness, a question burns in my mind. Why do you insist on leaving the bulk of our forces at home?
There is something I must make certain of during this battle, but I cannot say more. I fear I am placing too great a burden upon you and the rest of my bodyguards.
We are your loyal shield, my lady. You need not worry about us. Still, I have never marched to war with so few. I know Master Johann and his hunters are fierce fighters, but is the danger not too great?
For this fight, the fewer the better.
Do you follow Lord Wilhelm's counsel and aim not to rile our neighbors?
That is part of it, yes.
I understand. We will follow you into the jaws of death itself, if need be.
We are almost at the Rhine. Our campaign fares well thus far.
Thanks to the Hunters of the Evil Sword. It is their presence that has ensured our safe passage, despite the harsh road.
Unlike knights, we are much lighter armed and better able to fight in close quarters.
All that is left is to secure a bridgehead on the... Oh. What's this?
Princess, I come with urgent news!
Garibrand? All forces, halt the advance!
Garibrand had traveled by swift horse to deliver grim tidings from the capital. Wilhelm had seized Glanzenanova and Frischer Himmel, the symbols of Wolf Krone's throne. Worse, he and the Silver Wolves had fled the castle armed for battle, and none knew their destination. Garibrand lowered his voice as he delivered the final piece of news. King George had disappeared from his dungeon.
Lord Wilhelm has been behaving suspiciously for quite some time. Should we not consider the possibility that he is now our foe and ready ourselves for attack?
No, I refuse to accept that. However, it's true that there were bloodstains found in the king's cell. What could have happened?
If you cannot steal your resolve, if you insist on remaining a mere regent, I will take the final step and do what must be done in your place.
We cannot afford to overlook any possibility, but it is still too early to pass judgment. Garibrand, return to the castle with all haste and continue to monitor the situation.
As you command. Farewell, Princess. May fortune favor you.
Whatever path we take, it would be suicide to stay here. I propose we leave sentries and move to a safe location to formulate our next plan.
Very well. We shall make for a fortress north of here. We will have to pass through the forest, but it is the quickest road.
As you command. Still, I worry about dividing our forces any more than they already are.
Fear not. Any troops we leave will rendezvous with us before long. We'll leave signs for them to follow.
A wise decision. Come, let us make haste before the sun sets, and we are engulfed in darkness. Lady Hilde, have you finished marking our trail?
Yes, my apologies for the wait. The fortress is still some distance away. We must hurry.
I am in favor of haste. Night is the Malfested's realm.
My lady, the fortress is close now. Sir Johann, what is the matter?
The time has come, my loyal hunters.
Sir Johann, we must hurry. Or is there a problem?
None, for this expedition will end here and now.
And what is that supposed to mean?
Gerhilda, get back!
Let me teach you one last thing, girl who would have been queen. Those closest to you deserve your greatest suspicion, for trust is a weakness that will lead to your downfall.
Master Johann, share one more thing with your foolish pupil. The truth of that rent in your armor.
As I said, this gash serves to remind me of the day I said farewell to who I once was. The day the Azure Knight defeated me. The day the sons I loved and the friends I had died. That glorious day that I was blessed with this incredible power.
I had suspected something was amiss. The organized way in which the Malfested forces arrayed themselves seemed familiar to me.
Unsurprising. You were my most talented pupil, Princess. Your refusal to present an opening I could exploit troubled me greatly. That is why I was forced to step forth to deal with you personally. And now, our little talk is over. Come, hunters. Feast on their souls.
Here they come. Form a defensive circle. I shall take the offensive myself. Gerhilda, Orglinda, Rosvisa, stay with me.
You fight well, for humans. I would expect no less from Wolf Krone's brightest.
We cannot hold the line alone much longer.
Sorry to disappoint you, but no aid will come. We erased those signs you left so carefully. We will kill your princess and open the way for our king, the Azure Knight, to plunge Wolf Krone into a sea of blood and darkness.
We must clear a path for Her Highness to escape, even if it should cost us our lives.
No, Gerhilda. That is not necessary. Isn't that right, Wilhelm?
Your Highness, your enthusiasm for battle is a constant thorn in our side. Why must you always make it so hard to catch up with you?
Why are the Silver Wolves here? We made sure to erase every sign she left.
This forest was mysteriously filled with carved markings that had been wiped out. I'm sure some overly clever person carved them specifically so that it would be obvious if they were tampered with.
I see. So you suspected us all along. You lured me into a trap.
Silver Wolves, forward! No mercy for the Malvested!
Wilhelm! I knew that you would reach us.
I noticed the Malfested had employed cunning tricks of late, and suspected a puppeteer was pulling their strings. When King George was taken, my suspicions turned to certainty. Still, using yourself as bait to lure the mastermind out. You are far too reckless.
And who was it who said that one must have the courage to leap into danger to seize victory?
You win, I yield.
Wonderful. Now, time to leap back into danger. Ha!
The Lightning Lads, the Silver Wolves. You are more formidable than I thought.
Johann Durer, servant of the Cursed Sword, your forces have lost. If you have any pride left, you will face me in battle.
A shame. I would have liked to take this prize along with me, but it seems I'll have to let him out here. It's unfortunate, but I must postpone our duel for another day.
Coward! You will not escape!
Watch out! Above you!
Lady Hilde! I won't let you touch her!
Gerhilda! It's all I can do to fend off his blows. My sword arm will soon tire. At this rate... Wilhelm, report! What is the status of our forces?
Not good. Those unable to fight have withdrawn, and those remaining are struggling just to protect themselves. It is foolishness to engage in a battle of endurance against a Malfested. However, his corruption is our opportunity. I will stop him, just like I once did. My left arm is yours. However, go to sleep! Ah!
could you sacrifice your left arm? Your spear is our kingdom's pride.
Stabbed him with is coated in an ointment that puts Malfested to sleep. As it takes effect, his movements will slow.
You were trying to spare Father's life, you noble fool. And I am the greater fool for refusing to give up on him.
I despised Wolf Krone, you know. I couldn't forgive it for forcing you to shoulder all its troubles, for never letting you truly live. But you never gave up. You never stopped fighting for Wolf Krone, or its people. In my eyes, you are the only one fit to lead our kingdom. Take them. You and no one else are worthy to bear their weight.
I will. But am I strong enough to wield them? I am unsure. And yet, they feel strangely comfortable in my hands. It does not matter that you are my father. Anyone who would harm my people is my enemy. I am Hildegard von Krone, Regent of Wolf Krone. And in the name of the throne, George von Krone, I will defeat you!
Hilde, is that you?
Father?
I could hear your voice through it all. I caused you so much suffering. You've grown strong. Strong enough to rule our people. Now, the time has come. You cannot allow me to bring any more misfortune upon our kingdom.
I understand. I must do my duty as Regent of Wolf Krone.
True warriors think not of themselves, but of others. Hilda, you don't have to do this. Sometimes, a queen is allowed to put her own feelings ahead of her responsibilities.
Wilhelm, I must be strong.
Ever since the day you became regent, we have done nothing for you. You have carried all the responsibility on your shoulders. So let me share your burden. Let me bear this weight.
Wilhelm, is that you? I'm sorry. Please, watch over Hildegard, my beloved daughter.
As you command.
Hilde, does the wound still pain you?
I received it defending you, Lady Hilde. It is not a wound, but a mark of pride. More importantly, you look majestic. The elegance of the silver wolf armor and the bright red glow of your hair form a stunning image, a passionate swirl of color amidst a noble and gallant form, not to mention...
That's enough, Gerhilde. This is not some dress meant to flatter the figure.
Of course, you would look dazzling in anything. I have a lovely lavender dress that...
I give up. To think the day would come that I would lead the Silver Wolves, a royal regiment of Wolf Krone's finest soldiers. You will not change your mind? You will leave Wolf Krone?
I will. My left arm will be useless for some time. And the Silver Wolves cannot be led by a man unable to fight, right? Besides, there are many ways I can aid our land from abroad. Thankfully, I have one already in mind. I'll experiment, see how best I can help.
I see. If that is how you feel, I will not try to stop you.
Then that's that. If you insist on remaining just a regent, there's little choice.
But know that I am grateful. Thank you for sparing my father's life.
No need for thanks. I had always wanted to disobey the king's direct orders, at least once. Moreover, the idea that Malfested can never regain their minds was proven wrong. It stands to reason there is a chance for recovery, right? Dawn will eventually come, and light will chase away the darkness. As long as you do not waver, the people will believe in you. And that includes me. Now then, farewell.
My lady. You were thinking of Lord Wilhelm, weren't you?
What? Nonsense!
He has been quite active of late, I hear. Negotiations with the Holy Roman Empire, securing supply routes for our troops, searching for allies to help develop armaments, and even visiting with the Aval organization to search for ways to cure malfestation.
You are right. There are no words that can express the depth of my gratitude to Wilhelm.
He is your fiancé. Of course he is in your thoughts. I only wish both of you admitted your feelings earlier.
Gerbrand, don't you start with... No more of this talk. Are the preparations complete?
Yes, Your Majesty. Your vassals and generals are all present. Great crowds of people, too, have gathered in the hopes of laying eyes upon the one who will lead them.
You have done well. Now let us greet them. There is much I must speak of. New plans, new policies, and lingering threats. Soon, the darkness of the Azure Night will once again descend upon our land. But I am not afraid of the many hardships that are sure to come. My people believe in me, and I have but one course. I will lead them out of the darkness and into the light of dawn.
The names of the warriors whose fates were bound to the two swords have been etched into the very fibers of history.